morning, G2 Nation! And welcome to Storytime Friday. Roll that intro. That's right, I don't have an intro. Just setting you guys up with a little bit of love this morning. But it is Storytime Friday, and our subject at hand has just slipped my mind. Damn it. Yes, we've got it back. It's back. It's back. Story time today is going to be about that undercut. You know, that undercut we've used on the Marvel, the Warthog, Case File 1, Case File 2, maybe something else. The Kraken prototype we also used it on, but that never saw the light of day. Yeah, but we're going to talk about that undercut. So that undercut, I'm trying to remember when it was first brought out for us. I feel like the Marvel's maybe like 3 or 4 years old. But that undercut was designed because during that time, yo-yos were starting to get away from the nipple and try and go flat so that you had more surface area in there to start finger spinning on and do tricks like that. Not completely extreme like it is now where you have the finger dimple to finger spin on. That's kind of the direction the Marvel started to go in, but it was more just keeping it flat in there. And the reason we did that with the Marvel was to get some weight out of the center, because when you have a flat yo-yo, you have to have all that extra weight in there because the nipple allows the axle to go out, but it goes like I was just trying to explain. When you have a nipple, you see how the axle can thread that whole way, and you can come down here and get rid of some of that center weight. That's what you have the nipple for. When we started going flat, right here you can see there's a lot more center weight because the axle still needs to come out as far, but now you're coming out even to where that nipple would end up being. So you have got all that extra center weight. So the undercut we decided to start making, which is much, much bigger in the Case File series, but this is kind of where we started. This is just on the Warthog, so that was just to get some of that weight out of there. We didn't want to do too much because the Warthog is made to be a playable floaty yo-yo, so it needs that center weight to have that feeling. But that kind of gives you a good idea on why we did it and what started the idea for us having that undercut in our yo-yos. Let's show it to you on the Marvel because that was our first yo-yo and these just came in. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that G2 swirl. Beautiful. But anyways, you can see the undercut there, and it was flat. It had a flat, dead flat. Has a little ring here to help keep your finger centered for finger spins. It's not self-guiding like the Case Files are, and it won't lock your finger in there. It will not help you learn them, but it will help you once you know them. Mike is a master finger spinning the Marvel. Once you can do them well, the Marvel works great for it. But that's just another example of where that undercut, this is, like I said, the first yo-yo we made with that undercut, and that's why we started testing that idea. Now the Marvel being our very first yo-yo with that undercut, you can see it in the gap there. It did not take full advantage of it because we still kept that ring here to kind of keep your finger in there. This is a version 1 prototype, sorry, it's completely flat. The production version see how it has that little dimple? It's because it's concave all throughout there, through the middle. It's concave down into the middle from the centering ring down in. But with that being our first undercut yo-yo, the challenges it presented we weren't exactly sure how much we should do so that it would not affect the play of the yo-yo. We didn't want your yo-yo, like the string, to be affected by it. When you're playing this yo-yo, as far as the string goes, you wouldn't even know. We really played it safe there. We didn't go as wide. You still won't know on the case file 02. If you landed one of those, you won't know on the case file 01. Here's the case file 02 showing you the differences that we've graduated over time, really gone bigger and tried to really take advantage of it there. You can see how much bigger it is. But machining challenges. I believe this is the first yo-yo we made at a newer shop. I think this is the first time we strayed away from one drop. As you guys know, we started off with one drop. And that was because the shop that made this was willing. One drop would have ordered the tool, no problem. I believe we just had to pay for the tool. But the shop we switched to, you've got to diversify. We had to diversify so we could have multiple options. Because queue times, as you guys know, still play a little bit of an issue for us to this day. But to have multiple options, so the other shop that we started using made a special tool just to make these undercuts for us. So that was another issue when we decided, hey, let's start to experiment a little bit with these undercut ideas. But much graduated, much bigger. Just a fun little fun fact about those undercuts is custom-made tools for those G2 undercuts right there. Not the case on the case files because they're so much wider and flat, but it was the case because of the way we designed this undercut. Like I said, taking it simple because we didn't know how wide we could go without it really affecting the play on the string side of things. Hopefully you guys did enjoy story time today. I know I did. I'm really excited about these new marbles we got in. So that's why we're headed out. We're gonna start taking some photos, snapping some shots. We'll get to siliconing these soon. But right now, I just want to see how sweet they are. And I'll see you guys Monday. Oh, you already saw this one. Sorry. All that suspense, and it's the same. The chameleon splash that we did on the hawk, it's back this time on the marble. See you guys Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.